Oh man, it is that time, boys, once again for another episode of Fire Replays, where we showcase off some of the most insane, crazy comebacks. And first off, we got Monk with blue eyes over here, going to be showing off this crazy, insane comeback that ends up in a sudden death, where when anyone gets hit, they would lose. So he's going to go ahead and summon his Madolche Tiramisu, but it gets wrecked by Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, because he can't be targeted, cannot be destroyed. Even though Tiramisu doesn't target, he didn't have those Madolches over there in his graveyard. But anyways, he makes Malay of Trees, making it a Natria Beast to try to protect himself so he doesn't have to deal with any potential spell cards the next turn. But Blue Eyes is going to go ahead and run over Natria Beast over here. We see a Mirror Force and a Magic Cylinder ready to be used. We see a Imagining going to go ahead and add some extra cards. He's going to go ahead and have to pass because this card is pretty tough for most decks to deal with. But we see a Chaos Form activated. In response, we see a Max Seed, but then he's going to go ahead and attack into the Malay of Trees, but then he gets hit by a Mirror Force. But this card cannot be actually destroyed by your opponent's card effects. He's got two 4,000 monsters more, only 100 life points left. Guys, is he going to be able to come back? He's going to make the Tiramisu activate its effect over there. Going to go ahead and bounce back those Blue Eyes. Finally, he's going to activate that effect of Ticket. And let's see, is he going to be able to attack him for game? Oh, no, he just got Mirror Forced. Oh my gosh, the comebacks. Are they lost? I don't know. Waiting to see, guys. But this gets pretty crazy. We see then a White Stone of Ancient Summon. Going to make a game, but Magic Cylinder over here to save the day. Wow, I told you guys that card was good. Why don't you guys main deck that and everything? You never know when you need do some extra damage to your opponents. But then we see Madolche Palooza. Did he just, is that a Pendulum card? Did he just Pendulum in Madolches? That's crazy. But anyways, we see MX Invoker over here. We got Tiramisu bringing out more people on the squad, out on the field. Then we got Chaka a la Mode over there, going to hit for 3,000. He's going to go ahead and attack. Oh, he's 100 life points short. Going to go ahead and make a Downer Magician. Is this a reverse comeback from Mez Waynes over here? And doesn't look like he has anything else on board. But, wow, he's going to go ahead and disrespect his opponent by summoning extra monsters. But you never know. People might have a random Battle Fader out of nowhere. But, wow, that was crazy. That was some next level comebacks. But anyways, Madolches don't see so much play, so I want to give a shout out to Madolches and with Monk over there piloting the deck. This one is crazy. At number 69, seeing some action over here. Well, don't worry, this is definitely a YouTube friendly video, I promise. Don't tell your mom. Anyways, we see Lone Fire Summon. Gonna go ahead and bring out the Princess of Autumn Leaves. I remember when the Princess Plants came out. That was a really cool archetype, and by cool I mean I wasn't perfect. I was like, I want to play them plant girls, but unfortunately they weren't too good. Next up, we see Norden Summon. Gonna go ahead and bring out another guy. Heraldry Patriarch is now summoned out on the field. So this card is actually pretty decent. So if two or more monsters with the same name are on the field, you can detach a material, choose one monster with the same name, and destroy all other monsters with the name. So that can be really good from certain decks that count as a certain card on the field at all times. But nonetheless, this guy is playing some Dark Lords over here. He's going to go ahead and make Dark Lord Lucifer. This is in a tag duel. That's why they've got tons and tons of life points. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and make a huge board over here. Heal up for some life points because he did have to pay 1,000 for each one, man. Not pay 8. I was about to say pay 8 because I got too used to it. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and activate the effect. Number 18 over here. And this is a crazy play. Anyways, let's go ahead and let the opponent make a move over here. He's going to go ahead and bring back Titanial. Back in the day when plants were a thing, I remember when that card used to see some play. But then we have the number 95 Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon Summon. And it's going to be able to attack multiple times, getting rid of two boss monsters out on the field. But anyways, Felgrand going to go ahead and get its effect negated over there. Then he's going to go ahead and summon number 69, Ailey. Then he's going to go ahead and summon the Star Seraph Scepter. And then he's going to go for them plays to bring out rank 4, number 18, Heraldry Patriarch, but he's going to XYZ on top of XYZ. We've got number 100, Numeron Dragon, which can actually change its attack depending on the ranks of all combined monsters on the field. So look at this attack, guys. This is crazy amounts of damage. Like, oh my gosh, did you see how much damage that is? That's like, I don't know, I'm pretty bad at math. I think that's like, actually I had a calculator open up here and I tallied up, that's 64,000 damage OTK. Wow, that was definitely overkill. That's how much damage he had on board. Granted, we're counting this as 5,000 before you say I'm bad at math, because this card did detach. Anyways, that's That's crazy amounts of damage. Obviously, that would be more than a tag duel would need, but crazy stuff. Alright, the next one up, guys. I know a lot of you guys are upset about next format being pay to win, but I also got the deck profile for you guys on this one. Oh, also shout out to all the guys that were involved in this. Harold, Count, Peter, Cestus, and Gravity. But we got a really cool... What the heck? This is not a tag. Why does it say... Okay, there we go. Here is a crazy comeback over here. Another one of those anime-style replays that you guys love. But anyways, we got Cestus over here versus Ferryman. And then Psych, it was a prank. It was Brony Rob versus Ferryman because, no, DevPro having issues. Anyways, we see a first turn Soul Devouring Oviraptor over here. He's going to go ahead and make a Totally Awesome, so it's a rank 4 Totally Awesome deck is basically what his deck is. But look what this opponent has on board. Triple copies of Totally Awesome are now out on the field. He's going to go ahead and activate Fossil Dig. Then he's going to activate this card's effect. Important thing before we go through the replay. Mecellosaurus was activated and it did not get negated. I'm pretty sure Harold Phase over here is... Well, I don't know why it keeps on changing the name over here. But he's going to be regretting that once you see what happens. So he's going to go ahead, complete a Pendulum Scale, go for the Lagia over, then summon Conductor, turn around, flipping everything face down because all the dinosaurs are now protected by the Mecellosaurus. And he's going to be able to deal 1,000 points of damage every time he attacks into a monster. So he's going to just do some burn damage, and then he's going to be able to attack with Tyron Infinity. Twin Twisters activated, hoping Lagia would negate that. He attacks the Lagia. Treacherous Trap will activate, join to destroy the other two monsters, but it was negated. Wow, and it really didn't matter anyways. But the thing is, if you guys didn't know, Lagia is actually a dragon. Mecellosaurus, I believe, protects the dinosaurs, but wow, that was crazy. He had triple Totally Awesome, and he still lost, man. I'm sure he was probably kicking himself in the foot, wishing he actually negated that effect. But I also will give you guys a deck profile because I know those were some pretty hype decks. So let's go ahead and go over some of those decks that you guys saw. And I know some of you guys are interested in the Madolches because Madolches don't seem to know how to play anymore in 2017. But I know you guys want the Dinosaur one. Let's just go in order. Let's go for the Madolche one first. Not really anything is really new that has been added into the Madolches, so I'll go over this one kind of fast, but it's just a Brilliant Fusion build. If you want to, you guys can drop one of the Gemini Garnets and add triple Brilliant Fusion. That tends to be the popular thing when you're running Brilliant Fusion, but nonetheless, we got 2 copies of Garnet, 1 Pudding Cest. I hope you don't drop, man. And then we've got double Trick Clown, triple Messenger Lotto, triple copies of Mageline, 3 copies of Angeli, 3 copies of Hoop Cake, 3 copies of Mufel. Then we got 2 copies of Maxi. Then we have another target, Gem Knight Lazuli over here. And then we got Glow Up Bulb, 2 copies of Effectively, triple Instant Fusion, 1 Raigeki, double MST, 2 copies of Brilliant Fusion, 1 Madolche Ticket, 2 copies of Chateau, 1 Storming Mirror Force, 1 Madolche Palooza, aka that card which basically was Pendulum summoned from Madolches. And then we got 1 Tech Mirror Force, and the best card. This card saved him, guys. That was... I love that. That was so cool when it was sudden death and the guy came back because Magic Cylinder saved him. Crazy. But anyways, for the extra deck, we got Gem Knight, Seraph Knight, we got Norden, we got Fusionist, Naturi Beast, Chocolate a la Mode, Utopia, triple Tiramisu, 1 Downer, 1 Castell, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Levier, 1 copy of Malay of Trees, 1 copy of Invoker. And for the Dinosaur deck that I know you guys really wanted to check out and play maybe next format, if you're not really interested in playing the Zodiacs, this could be definitely a deck for you because I know Zodiac's gonna be expensive. Anyways, next up we got for this deck profile, we got 2 copies of Lanchafor Hitchus, we got 3 copies of Sabersaurus, 3 copies of the new Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, 2 copies of Doggoran the Mad Flame Kaiju, so pretty cool over here. Then we got 2 copies of Samurai Cavalry of Reptier. We got 3 copies of Mecellosaurus, so you're pretty much protected on your plays. Triple copies of Oviraptor, 2 copies of Steel Cavalry of Dinon. We got 1 Rescue Rabbit, 2 copies of Tyranno Infinity, 2 copies of Baby Cerosaurus, 2 copies of Pitriodon. Then we got 3 copies of Fossil Dig, 2 Terraforming, 3 Twin Twisters, 3 copies of Lost World, 2 copies of Survival Life. For the extra deck, 7 Sins, Pain Gainer, Gustav Max, Ravenous Tarantula, Galaxy Eyes Full Armor, Photon Dragon, number 30, Hope Harbinger, Dragon Titanic Galaxy, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, 2 copies of Lagia, 2 copies of Dolka. Then we've got Castell, Gaga Cowboy, Scale Cavalry Centuria, and Gaga Gachi. Wow, so thanks all you guys for sending in those replays. They were so freaking good. But if you guys want to check out the last episode of Fire Replays, I'll leave a link down below in the description box. You guys can check out the last episode of Fire Replays. There was a Bubble Man sack. It was really crazy. But yeah, I'll leave a link down below. Guys, check that one out too. It was pretty fire as well. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the vid. And if you guys have any fire replays, you guys can go ahead and send them in to azneyesreplays@gmail.com. and shout out to all you guys for sending in those dank replays. But thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys give a like button, a titty slap, check out the last copy, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you're new for more Donkey Kong videos.